Welcome to the EC Utopia Education Channel. Before we get started, it's probably helpful to let you know what EC Utopia really is. EC Utopia is a simple and powerful EDI solution for both the buyers and the sellers, or as sometimes called trading partners. It's a complete solution that allows you to be EDI compliant, so you can transport all document types back and forth with your trading partners, saves you time and money by outsourcing the EDI functions, makes transactions available anywhere via the internet. So all you have to do is log on to the EC Utopia website and your transactions are there. And it provides a fast and easy and efficient onboarding process so that way it doesn't take a lot of time to get you up and running and using the solution. At EC Utopia, we've replaced the document processing from paper and email and fax to an electronic process where using web forms or standard EDI transaction processing, all documents are moved electronically across the internet. From a process standpoint, at the highest level, basically we're going to have the buyer send a PO that's going to go over to the seller. Seller is going to receive an email alert from EC Utopia letting them know that they have purchase order available. The seller is going to log into EC Utopia. You're going to print, save, or acknowledge the order. The status of the order gets updated back onto the buyer's side. From there, the seller acknowledges the order. Acknowledgments with any changes are electronically sent back to the buyer. Seller enters a ship notice when the shipping information becomes available. And that's transmitted electronically to the buyer. And then at the end, the seller enters an invoice into EC Utopia, and that's electronically delivered back to the buyer. So now that we've had a chance to learn a little bit about EDI and EC Utopia, we're going to get into the getting started portion of our video. This includes logging in announcements that are presented from the buyer when we log into the system, email alerts to let us know that we've got orders, the use of color and bolding to identify status, new documents, managing orders, viewing, printing, saving, acknowledging those orders, ship notices, invoices, archiving, and adding and editing users. To log into the EC Utopia website, the first thing that we do is we go to www.ecutopia.com and we're presented with the login screen. From there, we move over to username and a password. If we've forgotten our password or if it's time to change our password, we can use the forgot password function to reset our password. Buyers have the ability to send us announcements. They can do those as a screen paint with their announcement on it, or they can actually send us an email via the EC Utopia website as well. These are actually created by the buyer. You'll be greeted by the announcement each time you log in. You can simply close out the announcement to make it go away, and announcements actually expire according to a schedule that's set up by the buyer. When we come into the EC Utopia website, we're greeted with the dashboard. And the thing that we're going to focus on right now are the tabs that go across the top. We have the tab for the dashboard, new documents, POs on hold, document management, archive, manage users, and online help. By clicking on online help, it actually brings up online help for the screen that we're in, and it gives us little helpful hints about what's happening there. The dashboard is a high-level reporting tool. It gives us the ability to run reports on things like quantity versus cost or unacknowledged purchase orders. We see that we're presented with graphs or percentages. We can actually click on the percentages and the retailer names, and that'll bring up the purchase orders that are associated with a particular retailer. We can click on unacknowledged POs, and we can run the report for any unacknowledged purchase orders that we have out there. Moving from the dashboard over to new documents. New documents is actually a tab that we're going to manage new orders that are coming in. You'll notice that it gives us a document counter up here in the top right-hand corner of the New Documents tab and makes heavy use of coloring. So we see that red documents come in to let us know that there's a change. In this particular case, we have a purchase order change. From the New Documents tab, we can print, view, and acknowledge orders. And there's two different ways to actually get in to manage an order. So we can click over in the boxes over here on the left-hand side, and we can print our items, view them, or acknowledge them from there, or we can select an individual document, and that individual document then will take us into the purchase order screen where we can manage that order, again, create acknowledgments, invoices, build shipments, save it to a PDF or to a CSV, print, close it, or keep it as new. You'll notice when we move from managing an order back to new documents, it takes and resets the counter back so that way we see that there's no new documents. If we want to take a document and move it back to new documents, it's as easy as going to the Document Management tab, selecting the document that we want to take and move back over into new documents, and clicking the Keep as New button. Shows that the selected POs have been moved to new documents, and now we can go back to new documents and we can see that we have our purchase order change has been moved back over there and our document count has been reset to 1. A couple of key items are we can work with multiple documents, or we can manage a single document. Managing a single document, again, is just clicking on the link to that particular document, and managing multiples would mean clicking over in the checkboxes. Taking action on an order moves the document from New Documents over to the Document Management tab, and it also changes the receipt status from initial to received, and this shows up both on the buyer and the seller side. The Document Management tab is a primary screen for working with our documents. It provides powerful tools for identifying and managing orders, has great search and filtering capabilities, and we take advantage of coloring and bolding to make sure that you can easily identify orders. From within Document Management, we can take advantage of the powerful search capabilities. If we want to search on a document number or a portion of a document number, we can go ahead and do that. Enter in portion of the number that we're looking for or the document number, hit search, and it takes us over to that particular document. If we want to search on items for a trading partner, we can search on that particular trading partner. We can search on documents, whether they're purchase orders, acknowledgments, invoices, or ship notices, order types that are coming from the retailer, order subtypes, or off of date ranges for particular documents. We can look for documents that exist or do not exist based off of those criteria, and we can search off of those. To help you identify the status of orders, we use color bolding and the use of letters. You'll see over here in PO acknowledgments, invoice, and ship notice columns that we have red for exceptions, blue for everything is okay, bold equals multiple documents, and the S means that we have a saved document. So all we have to do to go in and see our orders, click on the letter that we have there, and in this one we clicked on a blue Y. We know that means we have multiple documents. We can hit the drop down and see the multiple documents that are associated. From within Document Management, we can also take action on orders, and this is really what Document Management's key abilities are. We're going to work on multiple documents here, so we're going to click on the multiple documents, pick one of them to start with, and what that does is takes us into the purchase order action screen. From here we can see that we have multiple documents again that we're playing with, and multiple actions that we can take. We can create an acknowledgement, an invoice, build a shipment, save those off to PDF, CSV, print them or close them out. To get more information about these other actions, make sure that you take a look at the other educational videos that are associated with these actions. In order to make it easy to manage our documents, one of the things we have to do is keep our work area clean. To do that, we've created the concept of archiving documents. We can archive documents simply by checking the boxes of the documents that we want to archive, clicking on Archive Selected, and that moves the documents out of Document Management and over into the Archive tab. Nice part about archiving is we keep those documents for 7 years, and you can always take and move a document from Archive back over into Document Management by clicking on the box and move to Active. You'll see that it comes back, lets us know that those documents have been moved. Go back to Document Management, and we can see now that our document has been moved back over into Document Management. Another great feature of EC Utopia is the ability to manage your users. You can add users, you can edit users, and you can delete users. Different roles for users, so you can actually go in and you can see the different roles that go along with a user for staff and administrator. You can change languages. You can set users to active or to exclude them from email alerts as well. One of the other great features is the ability to assign retailers over to particular users or to unassign retailers from a user. That wraps up this EC Utopia education video. We encourage you to use the help button in the application and to view all of our informational videos. If you have any questions, any suggestions or feedback, please let us know by sending us an email to support@ecutopia.com. Thank you and have a great day. If a retailer is not assigned to a user, the user will not get email alerts and will not be able to see orders that are associated with that particular retailer.